Hey guys, welcome back to our video on Assassin. Today, I'm going to be making another remake. I have made 3 of these videos now, but top 10 knives in Assassin. So I've done this one time, like a very long time ago, which was probably my worst video on my channel. It's a really bad video, do not watch it, but if you want to watch it, I'll link to it to the description. I'll link the other video in the description, and this is the V3 of it, so yeah, so if you're excited for this, to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And before we get into the list, I just want to say that I have a couple announcements. First of all, as you can see right here, I have bought VIP. And yeah, so I have some changes in my inventory. Last time you saw me with like I'm not sure what you saw me with, but you saw me using like an Azure or something. I've traded all the way up to a Jade Maiden, which is actually not as good as I thought. So what I did is I traded like some of my exotics, like Pumpkin King, and what else? It was Azure, and I traded it for Frigendo, which is actually a pretty good trade. Actually, no, I traded for Cryo Shard, and I traded that Cryo Shard and some other exotics for a Frigendo, and I traded that for Frigendo and I think it was a Faberge for Enchanted Jade, and I just casually had a Chaos Axe. Actually, I had 2 Chaos Axes and a Steel Maiden, and I crafted this Enchanted Jade, which actually was a really bad decision because I just realized that this is pretty low in demand, so yeah, that kind of sucks. I also lost a bit of value, but this is 15 exotics, so that's pretty good. So 15, 20. So I have 25 exotics in value and 27 if you want to count that, which is actually lower than before, so which is kind of awkward. And yeah, so let's get right into the list. Again, I'm gonna trade. So again, before this video starts, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for some epic assassin content and murder mystery 2, because I'm going to be doing some more murder mystery 2 videos. So let me know if you want to see that. So yeah, so we're gonna get into the 10th. I cannot pronounce. Okay, so at number 10, we have actually a 3-way tie: the wind elemental, the water elemental, and the fire elemental. They are pretty cool in my opinion. We have a water elemental here. Yeah, I love the design of it, honestly. It just looks pretty cool. The fire elemental looks really cool. Anyways, yeah, what did I say anyways? But they all just look sick. The only reason why the full set isn't in, because Earth Elemental, in my opinion, kind of sucks. Which is, yeah, I personally don't like it because it's kind of ugly. But yeah, so not as much to say after that. They're just normal, cool. They're not normal. They're pretty cool, nice. And yeah. Coming in at the number 9 spot, we have the Seraph. This is a mythic. And yeah, you can craft it with 5 Archangels, and though that's pretty good. So there's not really much to say about the knife. It's just like a nice, not nice, but like it's like a giant sword. Not really giant, but it has like this really pointy tip, and it's just nice and white. It looks pretty cool in my opinion. It's not the best, but you know, it looks nice. Okay, coming in at number 8 might surprise you guys. It is a Super Sugar Rare. This was actually the only reason I like this knife because, well, there's a couple reasons. First off, I started playing Assassin, I think it was like 2017, a long time ago on one of my oldest accounts, GG Bronzer 166. I'll link that in the description. I used to play that game. I can't speak today. I started the game in 2017, I think on the Halloween event, and I quit the game for a while and started playing MM2. I remember when my brother introduced me to Assassin, I just played Murder Mystery 2 all the time, so I didn't think it was that cool, but then I started getting into Assassin, and I got a zombie knife, and it was pretty cool. So I started playing Assassin actually in 2017, but the first ever competitive mode the first ever competitive season I've entered was in, I think it was when the Super Sugar came out. It might be before, but I'm not sure because, no. Also, this knife looks kind of cool. It's like the 2019 event Sugar, which in my opinion, the 2019 summer event really sucked. But I kind of like the knives. The Sunbringer looked ugly, but the Sugar looked beautiful in my opinion, and this is Super Sugar looks so much better. No, it wasn't the sugar, it was the sour sugar, I think. But in my opinion, it's just like white. No, not white. It looks blue, and I think there's a little red tinge in it, which is pretty cool. And yeah, nothing else to say about the super sugar. Coming in at number 7, we have the Violet Volt. I absolutely love this knife. It is a legendary, and I think it's in the shop today, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's not, which is pretty unfortunate. I'm not going to buy an exotic because I'm going to wait for a cheaper one. Yeah, so that's pretty unfortunate, but it's okay. But Violet Volt is really, really cool, in my opinion. It looks absolutely sick, and yeah. So there's that. It's like taking the Volt, but making it better. That's what you're saying. Volt is already a pretty cool legendary in my, in my opinion. I love the Volt, but I like Violet Volt so much better. Even though it's pretty low in demand, it's whatever. Coming in at number 6 might as well be one of my favorite legendaries of all time, Galaxy. Now this is pretty obvious if you're one of my fans. Galaxy is like my channel. It's called Galaxy Games. So Galaxy really fits, and I just love the knife. The texture of it looks like a giant space area. It looks like a huge galaxy, which is pretty cool in my opinion. And yeah, it just looks beautiful overall. And yeah, coming in at number 5, we have the Cryo Beast Dream Knife. This was the 2019 Christmas event. And no, it was the 2019 Christmas craftable dream knife. You would craft it with 3 cryo shards, and the cryo shard is always special to me because I never made a video about this, but on Christmas I got 11,000 Robux, which was really awesome. And I used all of that Robux in one day, which I still am. I still am really mad at myself for doing that, but I spent 8,000 of those Robux on Assassin, and I basically got 2 cryo shards, one on the first case and one on the last case. So that was pretty epic. I was screaming because it was so cool. And yeah, coming in at number 4 might as well be one of my actual favorite knives of all time. It is the Dark Commander. I swear to God, this thing looked absolutely sick. Like, seriously, look at this. It's so beautiful. It's like insane. It's like definitely one of the coolest knives in the game. It just, I don't know how to describe it. It's like the best, not the best. It's one of my favorite dreams in the game. My 3rd favorite dream, which is pretty cool. I have some other favorite dreams, but this looks sick. It's like, you know, it has an effect. I think it has 2 effects actually, which is pretty cool. It has, I don't know, I forgot what it looks like because I haven't seen it in a while. But seriously, it's like this giant knife. It's like huge, and this guy's in the black hand. Holy crap, that's like the best clan in the game. So the knife is absolutely huge. I love it. It's like red and black. It's absolutely incredible. I just love it so much. Okay, coming into number 3 is probably my favorite saber. I literally had a stutter for no apparent reason. So my favorite saber in the game, also one of my favorite knives in the game, is Autumn Saber. So you have Holiday Saber. You have Krampus, which is actually pretty cool. You have Spring Saber. But then you have Autumn Saber. And I know there's other sabers like Rainbow Saber and Elegant Saber, but look at the Autumn Saber. It's like a ginormous, it's not really ginormous, but it's a really cool knife. It just reminds me of fall so much, and Thanksgiving, and I like the Thanksgiving seasons, even though I like Christmas better, but I don't really care, because I don't feel like doing that. I mean, I don't even know what I'm saying at this point, but I just can't express how lovely this knife is. Like, it's so good. And yeah, so it's like a why do I keep on saying ginormous? It's like a very nice, like, you can see it's like nice and orange. Even though I'm not really a big fan of orange, it has orange and brown in it, so that makes it a bit better. And the leaves around the knife makes it look beautiful, especially that little section in the middle, like in every saber. It just looks so good in my opinion. Coming in at number 2 is a very good knife in my opinion. In my opinion, you might not agree, but I think most of you guys will agree. The Void Champion. This is my favorite dream in the game. my favorite champion knife in the game and my favorite competitive prize in the game. I just love this thing. Like, it's literally so cool. I mean, I would rather prefer the red being purple. Maybe that would look cooler, maybe. It's kind of like the Dark Commander, but just way better. It's, like, absolutely sick. Like, how do you not like this? It's, like, beautiful. Yeah, so there's not really much to say about the knife. It kind of reminds me of a scythe, and I'll be right back. So yeah, like I was saying, the Void Champion is absolutely sick in my opinion. I honestly just love it. The red and the black looks questionable with me for some reason, but it's like a nice little scythe. It kind of looks like a scythe actually. I said it's a scythe, but I think it looks like a scythe and it's not actually a scythe because well, imagine if it was called the Void Scythe. That would actually sound pretty cool. But I personally think it should be black and purple. That would continue the theme of Void. Maybe like a dark purple would be cool. And yeah. So it's honestly just a really cool knife. I think it's very valuable too. I think it's like 5-star demand and 2,200 exotics, which is a lot of exotics compared to me. Because compared to me, I have only like 27 exotics. There's some other people that have like, I know No Data has 2 of a champion knife, and he has every single champion knife in the game. So if you count 2 champion axe 2s, which is 4,000 exotics, and then a void champion, which is 2,200, that would make 6,200 exotics. And then, I think it's, what do you call, I literally can't think of it. Oh, Champion X1 is 2,500 exotics. That's 8,000, oh, he has over 10,000 exotics. Yeah, I just counted that. It has to be, because that, you know, you can calculate his inventory yourself, but he has over 10,000 exotics, is my guess, because he has a lot of champion knights, but yeah, anyways, that concludes the Void Champion, and yeah, we will move on to number 1. But before we move on to number 1, I just fell out of the map. What? Okay, but before we go into number 1, we are going to do some honorable mentions. The first honorable mention is the Cryo Shard. So the Cryo Shard, again, when we go back to the Cryo Beast, I unboxed 2 of them in the winter update of last year. So I really like this, but the only reason why this is not on the list is because all the knives in this list are better in my opinion, and also the Cryo Shard. If you look closely, the icicles are floating around the knife, and that kind of bothers me. I thought it was going to be like an effect or some sort, but it just honestly, the icicles, they fit with the knife, but I thought they were going to be effects, so it's a bit more disappointing. But anyhow, we're going to move on to the second honorable mention. Second honorable mention is the Electrocell. I literally forgot what I was about to say for a moment. The Electrocell is honestly a really cool exotic. It's one of my favorite. It's my favorite tier 3, I think. Let me see. Yeah. Actually, no. Autumn Saber is my favorite tier 3. But it's one of my favorite knives. It's cool and all, but I don't know. Something just it's missing. I don't know. Like, it kind of feels like a bit too futuristic. I mean, that doesn't really make sense, but just, I don't know. I don't know what just, like, doesn't want me liking it. I mean, I like it. I love it, actually, but it's just, something's just not good enough about it. It's good, but just not good enough. So, for our final, honorable mention, might surprise, excuse me again. Okay, it might surprise you. This is a sinister comment, actually. So I personally actually really like this knife. I'm not sure what makes me like it. I kind of like the haunted design. And like, oh, I sent that guy. So I like that haunted design. It's kind of awkward in my opinion, but at the same time it looks cool because it's like black and there's like a pumpkin face in orange. And it just looks honestly really cool. So the only reason why this is not on the list because it's a common. I mean, some commons actually look pretty cool, but it's a common and just a basic common. I mean, it looks cool, but it doesn't really add up to the numbers and the statistics of good knives. So, that's why it's not on the list. If it was actually on the list, I would place it. Like, if I didn't like, let's say, if I didn't like these knives and I had a completely new list, I would probably put it number 3. Because it honestly looks pretty cool, but something's just missing from it. And we will get into number 1. If you are a true fan of me, you will know what this is. It's the Candy Slayer, guys. You guys probably already knew this if you're a fan of my channel. You have been watching some of my Murder Mystery 2 videos. In Murder Mystery 2, I love the Gingerblade, and Assassin, I like the Candy Slayer. The knife itself is just honestly extremely cool. I think someone on the server has it. Wow, it's only 2 people on the server, which is kind of awkward. Okay, no one has it. Skeleton Fiend is actually a pretty cool knife, though. I'm not sure what's missing from it. I just don't really like it. Yeah, so back on the topic of Candy Slayer, it's just so cool. You can literally see that the knife is a gingerbread, and there's candy on it, and I don't think I realized how much I love Christmas spirits. It's just something that I like. I'm not sure what makes me like it, but it's just something that I like. So yeah, it looks honestly just sick a lot. It just looks so sick, in my opinion. You know, it's like when you take candy. No, it's like when you take a gingerbread house. It's kind of like, it kind of reminds me of the gingerbread house feeling. Because, you know, the gingerbread house and the no, not the gingerbread. I'm thinking of the gingerbread. So yeah, oh, tune off this puzzle. So I honestly just love the knife. It looks like a gingerbread. And yeah, so there's the video. If you guys did enjoy this video, then make sure to drop a like on this video. Helps out a whole lot. Also subscribe, because we are trying to get to 50 subscribers soon. And I am thinking of some epic stuff to do for 50 subscribers. So make sure to like the video and subscribe. Turn on post notifications. And I will see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned and subscribe.